Hey everybody, BarrenDome here. So, as most of you know, back in January, the base I was working on, the Obsidian Pyramid, got griefed, and after that point, I was kind of a hermit for about 2 months. And then around March 10th, I kind of finally settled down and found the location to start building, and that's where I'm at right now. This is my new location. I'm calling it the Bone Spire, mainly because it's built off of bone blocks. It's kind of centrally located over a skeleton spawner that I've been slowly collecting bones off for the last month and turning into bone blocks, and that's what I've been building my main area. It's not necessarily going to be my main base. This is just a small part of what I'm ultimately going to be building. So I'm going to take you around, do a quick tour around this area, and just to show you what I've been working on. So like I said, the whole thing was built off a skeleton spawner. You can see it right here, spawning in some skeletons and going to their killing area. And I've actually designed a redstone switch that I can actually manually select to either they automatically get killed and I collect the bones and the arrows, or I can select the up selector and they do a drop and I can actually kill them for the XP and do a lot of mending for my gear. And all the drops will funnel into these chests here. You might be able to hear the clicking noises. That's actually an item elevator shooting off. All their items is flowing into there. And then the switch in the middle, actually, I can, once I've taken everything out that I want, I can flick that switch and everything will be dumped out to trash. So it makes for an efficient way of getting rid of stuff and for collecting it. Right by the skeleton spawner, I do have an AFK fishing farm. I always preferred these over using hacked clients. I don't know why. I always felt more comfortable using a fishing farm. I just felt they were more efficient. So this is my basic setup. Actually, it's a very tiny, small, efficient one. It just uses 3 pieces of redstone and a sticky piston and the rest of the stuff that you can see here. So it's very efficient and very quick. This is my storage room. I was thinking about using a completely automated system since I still had tons of redstone and iron from the November 11 dupe. But decided just to go pretty simple and just double chest everything that I have in here. So I have this row that you can see here. And directly on the other side, I have a whole nother row of just things that I can store. And right here is my smooth stone generator. So depending on if I use a silk touch or just my fortune pickaxe, I can create smooth stone or cobblestone and just AFK here for a couple hours and just collect a bunch of chests worth of material. And it's pretty easy. I got a switch set up right here where I can just turn it on, and I can just stand right in front and just continually just hack away and get the blocks that I need. This is my enchanting area. So I've kind of set up 2 double chests for each type of enchanted books that I can get. And so, I mean, it's starting to fill up mainly because of all the AFK fishing that I've been doing over the last month. Most of these chests are almost full. And that witch is really getting on my nerves, but let's go check her out. So as you could hear, there was a witch laughing. What I've been doing is I kind of been started my own mob museum and collecting mobs as I find them or get them around my base. So I've got the witch and the creeper here. I've also got a spider, skeleton, and zombie. And I'm hoping to catch more maybe when I go to the nether. So this is my farming wing. So as you can probably hear, I've got some chickens. So they're giving me eggs, raw chicken from a drowning trap. I've got an automated red mushroom and brown mushroom farm that completely farms it for me. And I've also got a passive cactus generator too. This is inside my sugarcane farm. So I'm using observer blocks to detect as soon as one of the sugarcane gets above the detection area. And as soon as it does, it actually will knock all the sugarcanes down and collect them into the hoppers for me. Just like that. Here's inside my pumpkin and melon farm generator. It's using the same basic principles, using observer blocks to detect the growth, and then pistons to push the melons and pumpkins in, just like that. And I've got hoppers underneath the tilled soil that automatically pick it up. And I've also got some other animals too that I'm starting to breed. So here's where I'm breeding all my cows for their leather and their steak. And unfortunately, my area only had 2 sheep, and I accidentally kill-ored one of them. So I've got this lone sheep by himself right now until I can get around to hunting for another sheep that's close enough by that I can bring it back. And this is something that I just finished. It's a 27 villager trading hall that I actually can have another 27 villagers in standby. So as you can see here, there's 27 slots of villagers, and then there would be 27 more standing above them if I ever decided to get rid of any of these villagers. So here's where I can, trade in all my crops that I've been getting and I can get, more enchanted books or other items that I need to get from them. So the way that I'm breeding my villagers is actually underneath an iron golem farm. So I'm just showing one section because I don't want to show too much of my exterior for any of that coordinate exploits. So I'm using a kind of a different design for an iron golem farm. Instead of using the like the outside holding area for villagers, I actually like to put them in the walls. So you can see I've got each villager. I've got 10 on this one, so there's 3 on both sides and 2 on the other sides. They're all in mine carts. All got glass, holding them in place, and then pumpkins for light. And then I'm making sure that I've got 3 blocks above their heads in the event of a lightning strike, because you need at least 3 blocks for protection to stop them from turning into witches. Because if any of them turn into witches, the entire thing would stop working. So directly underneath the iron golem farm is my villager breeder. So you can see I got them, I think there's about 10 villagers in here. And basically what I do is I just throw them a bunch of food, and they'll eventually start breeding. Yep, as you can see, we've got a baby villager coming. So he's being forced out through the 1 block high gap into one of the water collection streams. And this is the Golem villager collection area. So the villagers will go down to the trading hall, and the golems will automatically be killed. And though I'm not going to show too much of my outside area, I did want to show this. I have been collecting creepers around my main base area, mainly because I've been trying to get them struck by lightning. And you're probably wondering, why do I want to charge creeper? Well, this is the reason. I finally got a skeleton mob head. I know maybe some of you have these already, but this is the one mob head that I did not have yet. And actually, I got this legitimately in 2B, which is, kind of an insane idea that, you actually earn something legitimate on this map. So I really hope you enjoyed a tour of my new base. I've got a couple of little projects I'm working on here. I'm hoping to show off by next week. It's a pretty big project. I think it's going to be a pretty big deal to show off, so I'm looking forward to that. But in the meantime, I mean, you guys might see, the lamer videos, I would say, the 2B in a day or quick clips or something like that. Kind of as a filler, because, I can't. It's hard enough to show new content so often on 2B because you have to be careful. Not to show too much that you don't want somebody to find your base and come wreck it. It's a lot of work I've been putting into this. So I'm gonna, do as many videos as I can, show off a couple things that I've got working on soon. But in the meantime, if you enjoyed the video, leave a like. And if you're on Twitter, follow me at BarrenDome, because I tend to post things on there a couple days before I do any videos. So if you want kind of an exclusive, I would, subscribe to me on Twitter. But in the meantime, thanks again for watching, guys, and I'll catch you all later. Bye.